Hello, hero, and welcome now to Wednesday. Well, overcast today for the Aries, but I argue feeling quite sharp. The overcast is due to the fact that the moon has now moved into Scorpio, which puts emotional focus on intimacy, boundaries, and even death. That's because this is the sector of consciousness we use to draw boundaries, the Scorpio consciousness. So emotionally, you are sensitive at all of your boundaries and your borders. That includes physical intimacy. That includes the border between truth and non-truth. That includes the border between life and death. So if someone has died recently in your life or in the last year, you may find yourself a bit sensitive today and tomorrow over the loss. What's happening is you're emotionally aware of the boundary being crossed. Now, what's interesting about today is the moon is crossing over Venus in the course of this transit for you. So Venus, as you know, is the focusing planet of love and creativity. It kind of shows us astrologers where you're planting seeds as a soul. So I think emotionally today, Aries are planting seeds that will actually come to fruition next month when the sun moves here. But right now you're planting seeds of new intimacy, new trust, new honesty with yourself. Now the real spiritual work today does deal again with the sun in Libra. The reason I said sharp is because Saturn is ruling the day. I look at Saturn almost as a saw blade up there in space. Those rings are actually dangerous. Whenever Saturn comes around, we make incisions in our consciousness, and those incisions come down to decisions. Now, because we're in Chapter 1 of Sun in Libra, you're likely making some important decisions in the next 24 hours about relations and how you are in relationships. This is also tends to be the one transit where if you're unhappy in a certain relationship, this is where you have enough strength or courage to say, I am done, and you cut it out. So today there's a couple of simultaneous things happening there, Mercury retrograde, dealing with decisions and planting the seeds of new trust. One final thing, that moon conjuncting Venus is actually trining Uranus in Pisces, which means today is one of those days where I talked about a few days ago where you might have to have an entire leap of faith that everything will work out despite the decisions you're making and the seeds you're planting. All right, Aries, that's all I have for the day. I'll see you tomorrow with more. Live, love, be.